Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to another episode of our glorious Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Let's Play. Another session packed with progress, I hope, as we continue to develop the industries to the south of the mountains, figuring out how to obtain oil and produce fuel, bitumen, chemicals, plastics, and ultimately cars, all for use within our beautiful nation, but also for export purposes as well. This is going to be another intense session, folks, with a lot of planning, a lot of puzzling together the pieces that will make us, well, quite a bit of things, as I mentioned just moments ago. As always, folks, if you've been enjoying the series and you want to see it continue, please don't hesitate to keep letting me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do more or less of. And again, I do read through each and every comment, or your anecdotes, tips, advice, suggestions, thoughts, feelings, whatever it might be. Feel free to share it down below because I do read through all the comments. I enjoy it, and it does make a very big difference in how we do things around these parts. So, for example, last session's comments, I think, finally made crystal clear what I need to do at Trainwrecksky to solve the problem once and for all. And the logic makes sense. Hopefully, in practicality, it works out as well. It seems, yes, if I get rid of what's going on right now is, I guess I've overburdened the trains with how many semaphores they're checking, but by removing this one, and by making this one block, and by making this one block, in fact, I could probably even pull this one further back. I could probably put this one down over here. I could do that. I could probably pull this one back as well. What's going to end up happening is the trains will see this entire section as one block, and so they will not enter it unless it is completely empty, by which I mean, you know, the trams are not there, and then we won't get these weird blockages. I think, based on what was mentioned in the comments, this should work. I did a couple of little test runs as well, because I wanted to test things out if I'm going to implement them. This is a little bit different, though. In my previous tests, I'd kept this up front over here, so if this breaks, I'll do that. But this should work, and I will move this semaphore back as well. In fact, you know what? Let's send this train back. There's no point keeping it over here. And let's go ahead and adjust this semaphore too, just so that it all looks... No, that's not what I meant to click on. Come on now. Got to get, like, right up in there and spot there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, come on now. There it is. There we go. That should do the trick. Let's see if it does, right? So we're going to go ahead and hit play pretty much right away. One more thing I want to touch on is just the results of this blockage over here is that we've got food backed up for days. Crops are set up pretty nicely as well. And so as the crops continue to come through, hopefully we'll actually find ourselves in a bit of a surplus situation as crops are, you know, backed up across the board a little bit since workers haven't been able to come through and process the crops into goods at maximum efficiency. We'll see if we've made enough of a, you know, gap, if you will, to sustain our crop use. Hopefully harvest season is happening soon as well, and we'll see some more crops coming through over here. Seems to be the case. I mean, yeah, there is harvest going on, I think, in some places, or soon to happen in some places as well. So this should be... It's promising. It's promising. We'll still need more fields eventually, but we'll deal with that when we have to deal with it. Over here, I need to make some changes. Over here, I need to go ahead and actually move you over to here. And let's go ahead and get you over to here. Oh, I guess I gotta hit play before I can do that. So let's, I mean, the problem here is that I have more refrigeration vehicles than I have regular trucks, so we have more trucks dedicated to moving meat around than food around, and that's obviously not the right ratio. So thanks for the spot. Again, I missed that when I hit the limit without realizing, so thank you for that. Let's go ahead and hit play, I think. We're at 10 million plus. It is the 30th of December. So right on the cusp of the new year is when I wanted to end that last session. Worked out perfectly. Unemployment is doing okay. Hopefully we can maintain it below 3K for a little while. And the population is at 34K. Feeling pretty comfortable. Economy has done poorly this year, but hopefully we'll start trending upwards again very soon because these last 2 years have not been ideal. But we'll be fine. We'll bounce back. Folks, let's hit play and see if all of our problems get sorted. First things first, let's keep an eye on this situation over here. Now, you're not going to want to go back, are you? Because that's it's not an ideal track for you. But this will get freed up, yes. Let's go ahead and force you through then. Fine, keep going this way. Click the wrong button there. And that should work. Hopefully, you're gonna turn around, you're gonna go through. Yes, you are. Beautiful. And yeah, we should have this problem solved now. What are you bringing through? Crops. Oh my god. Yeah, I think we'll be fine for crops for a while still. You come through, unfortunately you're empty, but you're gonna load up on students, I guess. You're gonna loop back around and leave. And this should see us no longer have to worry about the problem here. You're gonna get out over there. You're gonna come through the moment that thing crosses over there, right? And these guys are gonna go through as well. Excellent. Lots of food trucks over here waiting to pick up some of that new food. Now I do want to just get rid of that. There we go. The pink dot was bothering me. These pink dots are bothering me as well, but I don't really want to fuss with this while I'm testing. Oh, I can't place one here. All right, fair enough. Oh, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I think this is going to work out perfectly. So let's keep an eye on it, but with some more faith than usual. And let's go ahead and get you, my good friend, moving over to here. And what vehicle are you missing? It said you were full. But I feel like you're not. Go ahead and take a look at all related vehicles. You are heading over, and you are heading over as well. They're both the types that can carry food. So it looks like we're going to have a 3-to-2 ratio, which should be fine, right? You're all the way over here right now, okay? And you are all the way over here as well. Oh, interesting. What are the chances? I guess they're coming back from their previous assignments and whatnot. Fair enough, fair enough. So yeah, they'll all come back over here, and then here we've already got this set up where they're going to load up at, again, this cargo station, or at this meat storage facility. We don't have any food here right now, but that's because the shipments have been held up for so long. And then, yeah, we're going to distribute to all the spots. All right, cool, wonderful. I think that's got that sorted. Down over here, there's a little bit of work to do. I threw the question out there, what y'all think about this kind of jankiness, and most of you actually are on the same page as me where you hate the jankiness. So that's great. It means that I feel comfortable going in and just reworking this a little bit. It's not the end of the world, but I think it'll look significantly better, folks. So I'm glad we're all on the same page there. And this should be pretty easy to execute as well. Just got to get rid of a chunk of the line here, and it's a straight draw afterwards. So it shouldn't take us very long to execute this. Got to get rid of you, and then we got to flatten this central area. Well, not flatten. That's the thing. It's not about flattening. It's about smoothing. These undulations need to be flattened out. Over here, we have a little bit of bumpiness as well. That's not the end of the world to me, but I suppose we have a pretty straight line over here too. So why not clean it all up while we're cleaning it up, right? Why not clean it all up? Flatten, height from center. There you go. That was like, what? What's that emergency? Nothing. It's not an emergency. There, cool. This should be easy connections. Beautiful, 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 and beautiful. And that should be, yes, look at that. It's so much better. Like, still a little bit of jankiness, but, I mean, sometimes I wonder if the game just likes to be a little janky. But that's cool. Let's go ahead and sort this out as well, shall we? Level terrain average. And let's go ahead and... What is the neatest way to do this? I suppose that should do the trick. It's getting there. Probably lower this a bit more, actually. It is quite the mound. I do wish, and that was an interesting comment put down about jank level when it comes to terraforming and stuff. I do wish there was a better, like, more of a middle ground between having to sit down and smooth the terrain like this, and the game having a better understanding of what works nicely. There's at times there is a degree of fiddling with terraforming required that just like gets, I don't want to say overwhelming, but it's, you know, a bit more than necessary. It's beyond the realm of fun. At times it is a challenge, which is interesting, like finding the path through a mountainside, but this is like, I should be able to get an easy, simple connection over here without having to fuss too much. Hopefully that's what I've got going on over here with this forced flattening that I'm doing. Hopefully I'm not reintroducing the jank. No, that's pretty smooth. Yeah, it's downhill, but I mean, it was always going to be downhill. It is a downhill slope. We've got to change levels somehow, right? Hopefully that does the trick. Everyone connects easily enough. Still a little bit of jank, but you know, like the dirt and soil has been lifted up to connect properly. Okay, one last time. One last time. We can't spend all day on this. One last time. And then if it stays janky, then so be it. Then so be it. Gonna height from center this so it all flattens to where that track is as best as possible, right? That should do the trick a little bit. Should do the trick a little bit. Especially over here, I feel like is extra janky. There we go. I think that's about the limits of my patience with with relaying tracks out. Let's hope that works. And even if it doesn't, as long as it connects, I will take it. I will accept the limitations of this game, despite my desires for clean straight lines. I'll take it. I'll take it. I think we have to accept this. I don't want to spend an hour just on 4 sets of tracks. Now, back over here is where the bulk of our work today is going to be. Before I get into that, though, I just want to touch on the situation over here, where we have our 3 iron mines all completed. We've got our... Oh, it looks like these guys are all done as well. It looks like they are indeed. Okay, wonderful. Looks like the steel mill is seeing... What are you working on? You're working on this thing? Yes, you are. Wow, that's funny. Fair enough, sure, work on whatever you can work on. The train platform is done over here as well. Alright, good stuff. So we are now at a point where things are functional, or can be made functional. I'll need to get a bus, I guess, bringing people from the train station down to the iron mines, won't I? Need to build like a bus stop over here. Because it doesn't... Oh, wait. Well, yeah. Or I can drive people directly to the mines themselves. Put that path over here. Yeah, I could have a bus bring people down over here. I think that's what I'll do, and hopefully it'll be close enough for connections across the board. Even with these, even with all this upgraded, people will not be able to reach. The other option is have 3 separate buses bring people from 3 separate buildings down to 3 separate iron mines. That's the other option as well. Ultimately, though, I think we should probably wait until these are done. At least some of them are done. We have offices assigned to them. We have no, we don't. Let's go ahead and assign you guys here as well. Go ahead and assign... Yeah, construction's happening over here. I want to get the power worked on as well. I don't know how that works, actually. I don't know, like, we don't have a road connection technically, but it is allowing us to assign the construction. I'm not sure how power connections work, but we do need to get power down here. Let's go ahead and add a couple more construction offices to you as well. Because once we have power and everything working in this area, then we'll start figuring out how to get people down over here. Again, the options are we could get a bus from over here, from this train platform. We could have a really long passenger train, right? Because how many... Well, we're not having anybody wait here right now. But we can easily top up this platform over here. Bring people down. Drop them off. First batches, 15 apiece, go over here. And then have a bus that goes from, yeah, here down to these guys. Or 3 buses, 1 for each. Like, have like a shuttle system, basically. I like that. I like the idea of a shuttle system. 250 workers. All right, cool. Now, the other thing, though, is I've got the passenger track going down over here. And this occurred to me yesterday while I was... no, not yesterday, but hours ago while I was thinking about recording this. But this track is great. It's bringing workers down to our facilities over here. But what about bringing workers up to our facilities over here for the automobile production? We do not have a passenger platform over here. We could bring people over via bus, but I feel like we're going to bring cargo up here anyway. Can we bring cargo to T-junction over here and passengers up over here, and then they can come through and work? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Because if we are able to get the road connections we need, I think I'm going to wait until the sun rises. Oh, right. There's our train station that we wanted to use. Right, I vaguely remember putting down a platform. Yeah, so there's the station we want to use. We could very easily, yeah, connect it to the same spot over here, or do the old thing we were planning, which is separate sooner and go up north. relieve some of the pressure down here. All right, well, we'll look at that as well. We'll look at that as well. Let's wait for the sun to rise, and as we're waiting for the sun to rise, there is stuff to do, which is great. Keeps us busy even when we're visually held back. Ah, hello. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say that this should be up here. What worked last time? This is so weird. I literally tested this. Literally tested this. Flip you around. That didn't fix it. Let's go ahead and put you back down over here. Come on. Wow. This is, there we go. Alright. You're trying to figure out how to get through. You're stuck over there. Get rid of these as well. That makes this entire section one block. Alright, let's try that. My apologies, folks. Maybe that slipped my mind that I got rid of these semaphores as well when I was testing. But I know this solution, or a permutation of this solution works. I'm glad I came back to check. Glad I came back to check. Let's also just quickly check. I know the sun's up, but let's just quickly check food over here. 7 tons. Excellent. What's the deal over here? We've got, yep, we're filled up. 3-to-2 ratio. Excellent. But does that mean we have food over here? It does. Here it does. And over here it does. Beautiful. We've got meat as well, actually. Meat over here. Meat over here as well. Yeah, a little bit, but that's all we really need to sustain a decently happy population. Hopefully we're going to start seeing some of these problems get solved. That would make me extremely happy. And, what's the deal here? No workers, right, of course, because we've had this jam going. You're on your way out. You're on your way in. Yeah, hopefully this has done it. Hopefully this has done it. All right, back down over here. Now, the other thing I want to touch on... Well, actually, let's do this first. Let's do this first, because this track might directly impact our approach over here, right? So I've got this coming down over here, and the idea was if we wanted to join there, we would split, and we have our 2 lines going into the steel mill, and we've got this third line that could take passengers up over there. I think having a T-junction over here is probably a bad idea. Oops. We probably can do it. We'd have to blow this mountain down, basically. It makes for a short ride. I mean, it makes a lot more sense than going down, up, loop around. Yeah. That would be silly to do. So let's go ahead and blow this mountain up, I guess, and we'll make the T-junction over here. I think we'll be okay. These are like relatively smallish passenger trains, I suppose. So I think we'll be okay. Let's one way to find out, right? One way to find out. Height from center. And the reason again why I want to do this kind of first before we continue our work down south. I think we'll have time for both today. But the reason why I want to deal with this first is because if we need to adjust our tracks in a much bigger way, then I'd like to do that sooner rather than later. Before we plan everything around those tracks, man. Digging this mountain down is going to take forever, isn't it? This, yeah, might not be possible. And I think we've contemplated this before as well. This might not be possible. Just straight up, I could try this. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's a lot faster. That's the thing, I wish it could always be done that way. It's just so much faster. We get signals getting in the way over there. Yeah, I think I am better off healing away over here. Like, we've got these connections, but we can also make a separate connection over here. Goes off, comes up over here. Now, what's the deal over here? Can we go straight down? We kind of have to go down this way. Not a problem. Let's see. Go ahead and flatten you. Yeah, it feels like we're probably not going to have to connect to where our passengers are being taken down to the oil area. But oil be damned if I jump the gun and pay the price for it later. Huh? God, terrible. flatten you a bit more, sure. Let's move this out. There we... Interesting. Why do I not have a free excavator over here? Oh, I guess we're over extending some of our things. Okay, let's I see. Excavator down there. That's got to be what's doing it. Kind of funny. I wonder if I should just remove all these assignments from you. Yeah. Hesitant about removing this one only because we have a vehicle there currently. Just kind of like let it do the work while it's here. Kind of a mentality. You're coming through as well from the huge construction site. Nah, that's just it. It's like these vehicles are being preoccupied because of these projects. Which is not a bad thing, to be clear. It's not a bad thing. It's just getting in my way. You know what? Oh, I can't even auto... Okay. This is frustrating. Because I can't click auto build to auto terraform while using the tracks to smooth the terrain, because it'll build all the tracks. Alright, let's see. I can do this for sure. No, now you're too steep. Alright. We'll leave this for later. We'll leave this for later. Down over here then. So, it was actually advised to me to pull up a mod to use instead of the chemical plant. Because if you do a little bit of basic math over here, do a little bit of basic math, which, watch me mess up just because I've called it basic now. I'm good at math, but, now I feel like I put the spot on myself. So, the plastics factory requires 10 tons of chemicals. Right, so the plastics factory requires 10 tons of chemicals. The chemical plant makes 0.5 tons of chemicals per day. There is clearly a disparity there. This is what I mean by simple maths. Very clearly a disparity there. There's very clearly an issue where we'll need, like, for day-by-day production, to get 10 tons of chemicals, we would need, what, 20 chemical plants? Jesus. And that's not all, folks. We also need chemicals up around these parts. Now, I can't quite recall who it was. Well, not just that, we need plastics across the board as well. Let me, various industry. I really wish this was a lot more, I wish this information of what's required was also stored over here. We've got electrical components, we've got electronics assembly, we've got mechanical components. We've got, that's a forklift garage, that's a forklift garage. We've got the vehicle production line itself. Right, so take a look at vehicle production. That requires plastics. Both of these, the electronics assembly hall and the electrical components factory, require plastics as well. So we need, I want to say we need more than just the one plastics factory, right? Because the one plastics factory produces how much? Where are you? 15 tons a day with enough chemicals and oil. But let's assume 15 tons a day, right? Just for the sake of simplicity. 15 tons a day. We need how much? Huh, doesn't actually tell me. It just says what we'll import, but it doesn't tell me how much we'll use to produce what. By which I mean, so for example, if we look at plastics factory, you can see consumption and maximum production, and we don't have that for vehicle production line. I just know that they need some plastics. So, okay. But let's go ahead and take a look at, I think it's under various industry. Yes, so the electrical components, 1.5 tons. And the assembly hall, 2.3 tons. Okay, so actually we should be fine with just the one plastics factory. 15 tons might be enough, but getting that 15 tons of plastics requires 10 tons of chemicals. So, point being, kind of a roundabout way to get to it, but I wanted to explain the thinking before I just did it. I feel like it's necessary. We're going to get rid of this chemical plant, and rather than this chemical plant, we're going to use a modded chemical plant. Now, there's two versions of this modded chemical plant. It is a huge chemical plant. One version produces 5 tons of chemicals for just the use of crops and oil. And the other version produces 5 tons of chemicals, but it does need oil, wood, gravel, and crops. less crops and oil, but it does need all of the ingredients, if you will. It's also got train tracks and stuff, compared to this one that doesn't. It's smaller. I feel like the right way to go about this is to build the huge chemical plant that requires all of the resources. Now, it has increased production, but it also requires more workers. So it's not like we're... let me just check over here just to make sure I'm not making stuff up. Chemical plant. Yeah, with 50 workers, it produces 5 tons. The other one with 500 workers, it produces 5 tons. I think... Right, sorry. Do that again. 50 workers, 0.5 tons. 500 workers, 5 tons. Right. So I think it's a fair mod to use. It's not very like cheesy or cheaty or anything like that, which is why I'm cool with using this one. Now, it is huge, is the thing. It is huge. So let's go ahead and get rid of this chemical plant. We do not want you. Yes, demolish this building. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the road and stuff as well. And having this larger chemical plant will allow us to make plastics faster so that when we export the plastics, we'll actually hopefully get closer to a sustainable production rate up over here around these parts. So we'll see about that. We'll see about that. And chemicals, the only other place we need chemicals is all the way up there, but we're not going to do that anymore. Well, I guess we could truck chemicals up top. It'll be slow, but we do need chemicals. Rather, we'll truck oil up over here, I think is what we discussed. Oil to this chemical plant to sustain not necessarily the plastics factory, but the fabric factory that needs chemicals. Yeah. All right. Cool. So we'll truck stuff up there. So then down over here we'll produce the chemicals. That works for me. Separate from the chemicals we'll produce up over here. I mean, I could do either, really. We'll see what moves faster. We'll see what produces faster. Because remember the old chemical plant, trucking chemicals from up over there to down over here wasn't working for us, which is why we built this in the first place. So we'll probably be trucking oil up. All right, cool. Sorry. Just want to talk that stuff through. And while it's nighttime as well, I want to touch on something else. It was recommended or suggested in the comments that we build the oil refinery near Tabovina. Tabovina? I'm not 100% sure. We're going to rename the area anyway. But so the suggestion was, rather than refining oil down by VRAW into fuel and bitumen and then having to ship both of those things all the way up over here, why not just refine it up over here and make oil and bitumen up over here? So the reason for that is because I feel like getting workers from Uprisinggrad to Tabovina will take longer than getting workers from Uprisinggrad down to VRAW. We have workers readily available over here, and the city is going to continue to expand. So it's easier to get workers down over here. On top of that, fuel and bitumen we need across the board. Everywhere is going to need it. We're going to need fuel for all the gas stations over here. We're going to need bitumen for all of the asphalt production down over here, and up at Betcherinkagrad, hence the train, and whatnot, the ship and the train and whatnot. So that's all happening, but we're also going to want to export all of that at Molna. We're already kind of over-reliant on... we could export to Baraharad as well, but we're already kind of over-reliant on Sazalis. We've got a lot of trains going through that area. There's a lot going on, so it'd be nice to spread our connections a little bit down to Molna, and then perhaps also, down to Baraslav. Hence me producing all this stuff down over here, because then, again, if we take a look at the production situation, we're not exporting oil, we're exporting fuel and bitumen, which is worth a lot more. I think that makes sense. Again, we can always export it via train as well, via ship as well, like if we can export it up over here, but I would like to have multiple export routes, and I'd also like to just, again, easier access to the workers at Uprisinggrad. That's the thinking of doing it down over here rather than up over there. Yes, it means we're shipping 2 goods rather than just 1. Again, on the one hand, we just ship oil. Instead, we are shipping fuel and bitumen, but I think that's fine. I think that's the way to go. I think we could slice this pie both ways, and I'm just choosing to slice it this way, I guess, because I think it's an interesting approach. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below, as always. When I say something like that, it's not to ignore a comment. in fact, it's the opposite. I want to address the comment and explain my thinking. So hopefully that's explained my thinking well, and it makes sense. As, of course, it's very possible that I've got it all wrong. People are starting to get food. That's wonderful. We're seeing food, meat, excellent food. Not so much over here, but I think a truck has got to be on its way over, right? Because we have food in storage. We have food in storage. Currently heading to the building. You got... What? Okay, yeah, you're going to pick some up right now, aren't you? Going to pick some up right now, aren't you? Yeah, okay, excellent. With the long way around, it seems. Interesting call, but alright, sure, whatever. Anyway, so that seems to be working now. Hopefully this will all smooth out. As it seems to have currently. Yeah, this is good. What I need to do is I need to force that livestock train through once or twice, I feel like. You are the crop train, you are the livestock train. Just to get us back up to speed to make up for the lost time with workers not coming through and the jamming over here. But it looks like this has been fixed now. Alright, okay, sorry. Sun's been up for long enough. Let's go on over to here. Hopefully we've freed up our excavators. So many things going on at like the same time. It can get a little not just overwhelming but also chaotic, and I apologize for that. But big projects all happening at the same time right now, right? It's exciting. It's exciting in its chaos in some ways, I like to think. Do this kind of a thing. Just trying to sort this out. Not going to lay the line out like this, but that's something we could do. Let's see. Let's go ahead and flatten this. Move this out. Again, I want to make sure I'm not creating a rat's nest over here of just messy connections. Flatten you. There we go. Hopefully. Too steep a descent, eh? Let's see what's going on here. Get a better angle down here. Looks like it should be clear. So my thinking is a train will come out. Right, stick to the right side. Train will come out. It'll head down this way. It'll head down this way. It'll drop workers off over here. Might want to smooth this out a little bit. It's probably fine. Probably go a little bit smoother though. It'll drop workers off over here. And then a different train maybe, or the same train, will continue all the way down to drop workers off over here. Okay. Then a separate train would come through and separate. And then go down that way. It would separate. And over here. And go up. So we should go ahead and get you built over here. I think. Connect you like that. Get you over to here. Then connect you all the way up to there. Right. And probably have like a crossing over here or something. Like that. Basically, before this bend, does this become all two-way? I suppose this could all be two-way. Might keep things a little bit cleaner. Alright, so then we'd have the crossing, yeah, maybe somewhere like over here. Gotta flatten this a bit. Oh, making a hot mess. Come on, game, you know what I wanted. Don't do this to me, you know what I wanted. Cancel that, there we go. Hopefully it'll let me... Yes. Trying to flatten this just a little bit more. There we go. Ah. It's like we're so close. Ah, sure, I'll take it. I'll take it. Gotta cancel this a little bit and go the other way, I think. Yeah. Not ideal. I prefer what we had before. But, I mean, this is mountainous terrain, so you're going to get a little bit of this bumpiness. And I suppose we can connect a little bit higher up, maybe. That and that. That works. I mean, I could put this further up. This entire thing could be a two-way, but I think that's just asking for disaster, honestly. So I think that makes sense. All right, so we've got workers able to come up to our automobile production facilities via train, a separate train, that we're not overburdening this line. Cool. What's the deal down over here? Are we seeing good progress? It looks like we are. Yeah. Work over there. Construction is not assigned. Well, let's go ahead and... Actually, we'll leave it be for now. This thing we're going to have to pay for, okay. This we're going to have to pay for. This we should be building, yep. Be building, yep. Can I actually get a road connection down over here? I can. I can get one over here as well. Should be able to build these too. Go ahead and get Uprising Grad. Go ahead and get... Sorry, yeah, the huge one. There we go. And then go ahead for you as well. You're auto-assigning. Alright, sure. Or I might have assigned before? Question mark? Ruralinsky's auto-assigning. Oh, I guess we're close enough to Ruralinsky. Okay, sure, I'll take it. Alright. Let them keep working. And now, it's like every day we come here just as the sun's about to set, it feels like. We're at 11 million, by the way, so that feels good. That feels good. Alright, huge chemical plant. What to do with you? What to do with you? The tracks will probably not be used, which is unfortunate. This connection we could do. We've got the road coming out over there, so we'll need to adjust that. Yikes. Okay, this is kind of a hot mess. Kind of a hot mess. Might want to adjust this placement as well. Get this lower down, but there's oil down around these parts, right? Oil down here. Okay, so we could make this go a little bit lower. This road doesn't need to be all the way up there. Alright, sure. I'm messing with my layout over here. With this line that has been here for generations. Generations, I tell you. I forget rid of that. Over to the mods. Huge chemical plant. Again, the tracks will not be used. Flatten the train over here. We can make a road connection over here. People will be able to cross, hopefully, and walk down here. Shipping chemicals to all the spots we needed to go to. Right, because if we put it down over here, chemicals can go over to the forklift facility. From there, it can be loaded up onto the cargo train if we needed to. Or it can be loaded up into the plastics factory, which we do need to. Plastics factory still has a connection to the warehouse, where it'll be loaded up to the cargo train. So that's fine. We have access points for wood and for gravel, though we'll probably store the gravel here. We don't need to actually conveyor belt it over. And we have connection points for oil as well. I think this makes sense. As much as I would like to have the option of connecting tracks, the reality is I wanted the tracks to continue on for the oil refinery that's going to be over here, right? Because the refinery can be all the way out over here. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and flatten. Hopefully we're on the right track over here. I'm pretty sure this is the right way to go about it. I'm pretty sure this will do the trick. The only downside is how long it's going to take us to flatten this entire section. Now this is actually lower than that. Do I want to bring this whole thing down? Suppose I could. Tricky. Find the right direction to take this whole thing. It's a large tract of land. Here, let's do this. Let's do this. We'll have a bit of a plateau type structure over here. There we go. Smaller radius just so that the vehicles are able to work in a more concentrated space. And then hopefully we'll be able to actually just use the built-in... Oh my god. Building is huge. I'll go down over here, right? Here-ish. Okay, so the game decided to crash, but not the end of the world. It's It's fine. It's fine. We didn't lose much or anything. We just cleared that track. I was just planning stuff, I guess. So let's go ahead and put down... Well, actually, I realized that I need to flatten some space down over here. Trying to figure out... Yeah, right down over here. I think we need to flatten this a little bit. Then we can put the plant down. Just getting the road connections and stuff is going to be a hot mess. But it's a hot mess that'll be definitely worth it, I think. Because ultimately, in the end... that massively increased chemical production is it's a world of difference. Literally, a world of difference. Rather than just building, 10 separate small chemical plants and trying to figure out... I believe as a comment put it, a Factorio-esque solution. We have something a bit more, I would say, believable over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Still not good enough. Still not good enough, alright. Flatten you a little bit more. Come on, baby. And again, I need to keep an eye out for the future connections we want to make as well, right? Like wood and things like that. Gotta keep an eye out for that as well. Flatten, flatten, good stuff. Oh, alright, cool. Now, I know this says road connection, but it's not a road connection. It is a factory connection. In fact, the best way to check that and make sure, click on it, factory connection. Okay, yes, this is a factory crossing. This is a road crossing. Let's go ahead and get the road out over here just so I remember. Because this is throwing me off. I hate that the icons aren't right. It's throwing me off. Alright. Go ahead and connect you, right? Here. You know what? Actually, let's go ahead and connect you like this. This is what throws me off about when a crash or something happens, is I can't remember what I have and haven't stated already. But this footpath connection at the top is going to connect directly to the train station up top. I'm trying to get it lined up properly here. Come on, game. That's about as lined up as it's going to get, I think. Not connecting that factory connection, though. We got to be all the way out over here. Sure, more flat terrain needed. Where? Bottom corner, top. Okay. Go ahead and flatten you. Not a problem. This will give us room for the road to loop around and stuff as well, right? So, silver lining thinking. Silver lining thinking. Now we should be able to... Where is it still red? Bottom corner, okay. There we go. Couple more seconds of that. That'll do the trick. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and... Just trying to sort out where exactly I want to drop it. Flatten this a little bit as well. There we go. So much faster. I see what's going on. That's not good. It's changing the inclination over here, and that's breaking the connection, the factory connection. It's flattening in the wrong direction, which is obviously a problem. That factory connection is kind of important. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, keep on flattening here. Oh, I should have played. Sorry. I pause when I load back in from a crash just so I can get like my head back in the game. Forgot to unpause. I was like, why is our economy not shifting? Why are we not making money or losing money? It's got to go one way or another. That is why, because we were still paused. Alright, now over here, tell me you'll flatten in the right direction. Oh, it's fine. Yes, excellent. Okay, cool. So, this should work for us. Should be able to get a little bit higher. Okay, yeah, don't mind if I do. Let's try it out, right? Let's try it out. Let's try and put this down over here. A little bit lower, maybe. Put you down over here. Not auto building. So factory connection over here. Chemicals go to our plastics factory and to the warehouse if we want it to. It can be stored over there, whatever. And then plastics go up to the warehouse to be taken by train out. Yes, excellent. Get our road going up this way. Beautiful. Not perfect, though. Not a problem. I think if we just back it up a little bit, we'll be able to make this nice circle thing going on. Too steep of an incline. Sides. Oh, no, there we go. Weird. It's like this pinpoint length we can go through. All right. Again, that's the warehouse connection. This is the factory connection. I can connect you guys over here if possible. I wonder what we can do over here. If we can make this extra pretty or something. I don't mind that. A little bit of uphill, downhill is not the end of the world or anything like that. Can you connect nicely? You can indeed. Okay. Okay. We're on to something here. Go ahead and get our footpath connection happening. Is you... Okay, this is where things get a little wild. As I do want... Let's see, we've got this track going over here. Do I want that to be a double track? Do I want this to be a double track for fuel? Maybe. For posterity, I suppose. Let's do that for now. Right? Then back to the footpath connection. Walk right next to the train. Kind of funny. Go on over. Can we make you a little bit flatter? That's literally walking right next to the train. It's terrifying. I want to try and get that a bit more realistic. We don't have to, but I would like to. There. Just put this on the inside instead. There. That'll work a lot nicer, I think, and visually too. Let's go ahead and rotate you now. There we go. Beautiful. And here, I believe the factory connection is on this side. Which is unfortunate. That's going to be a wasted factory connection. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Move you straight up. There. Move you over to there. Okay, we're connected there. People will be able to walk over here too. Hate the snapping. All right, there. I'll come down to this area. Yeah, so we have now connections. Once this gets built, it'll see the connection down to there. Now we have all the connections we need to produce chemicals and plastics. Great, wonderful. Need to make sure this continues on to the oil refinery as well. I need to make sure these tracks continue on to the loading area. Too close to the road, eh? All right, let's go ahead and cancel you a little bit. I have a suspicion that that is a lie. I'll tell you what I mean. Oh, come on. Okay, one step at a time then. There you go. Happy now, game? Found your loophole. All right, too close. That'll work, okay, fair enough. Go ahead and demolish you then, and you as well. Still won't let me through, eh? Alright, cool. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's just get rid of this all the way down to there. Get rid of you two. Sure. Gotta be a matter of flattening the train a little bit, I think. There we go. Go ahead and level terrain. Gotta cancel this a bit more. Cancel it all the way, why not? Like, that alone will make such a big difference, I think. Let's see. Oh, we're not too close. We're not too close. Alright, let's see. Something else then. Go ahead and cancel you. Because we have that. That's probably what's doing it. It's technically two pieces of road. So this should solve that. This should solve that. I hope. Yep, there we go. Go ahead and just level this a little bit more, just so it's smoother. Get our footpath connection out over here. 2 out over there. Excellent. We get our train tracks going down this way. Now it doesn't like the crossing over there. Okay, fair enough. Oh, come on. Fine. Have it your way, game. Do this first, I suppose. Want to make sure that we are nicely kind of placed over here. Over to there. I have to move this up a little bit more, I think, just so we have room for our second track. Unless... building in the way. Maybe we can squeeze it in there. We cannot. Put you down here. Alright. Footpath. Up a little bit more. Over the tracks. Fine with that little bend. Actually, you know what? Here, this will make it a lot nicer, I think. Get rid of all this. Just trying to make this look acceptable. Tired of messy looking parts of our nation. Yeah, that'll kind of work. Let's level terrain average a little bit. Smooth this out ever so slightly. There we go. Better. Not perfect, but better. There we go. That's it. That's all I'm going to bother doing it. I know it can be a little frustrating at times, folks, but we really want to look at something hideous for the rest of the times to come. Sure. Go ahead and connect you like that. This can go elsewhere as well if necessary. We can cancel it for now, but we have the option, and this will obviously continue onwards and hopefully connect to somewhere else. Now, okay. Chemicals, plastics, done. Next is the oil loading. Just so we can plan kind of backwards, I guess. Which I intend to put over here. Right? I don't want to increase the distance that people have to walk from on the footpath. I want to make sure people are able to get to the oil refinery from this same station. Might actually want to put the refinery up over there, if I'm completely honest. Let's go ahead and put you down over here for now. Right? Just trying to figure this out. Make these connections. That is weird. Why did that happen? What? Okay. Interesting conundrum. You okay, game? Alright, yeah, there we go. Okay, one track. Yeah, okay, cool. Weird. So we're loading over here, and that's fine. And this will probably push out and connect up over there. Yeah, we should be able to make a neat connection up over here. Go straight and then turn around and connect. Yeah, okay, great. Fantastic. When the time comes. So, where things start to get really messy. We need oil to come down over here. Or up here. Oil will bring directly from the fields over to here. From the oil fields over to here. That's fine. And the oil refinery. Where are you at? Oil refinery. Again, this takes oil and puts out fuel and bitumen. And we want to put fuel and bitumen in here. Right. How much can you store? Not a lot. Okay. Now this... Oh, of course. Just realized this is backwards. Where are you? Fuel. There we go. This way is the way. Pop you down over there. Get our track connections. Sure. Now we can put down the oil refinery up over here. Up over here. Struggle. Oh, it's not gonna be a struggle. It'll be fine. We can do like this kind of a thing. just a little too far, in my humble opinion. Like that footpath connection makes me just a little nervous. Plus, this is blocks our train track. So sure, let's go ahead and do this. And the oil needs to come in from the right side over here, where you see that connection. So fine, let's go ahead and pop you down over here. I think we'll have relatively easy connection, or I could do this like this instead. The road can connect that way. Then the pipeline has to go a little bit longer around. Not the end of the world. Sure. Pipelines are a little bit more expensive, but I think this will work out fine. Go ahead and flatten the train over here. Come on now. Like this is what, so well, I was talking about this earlier, but it'd be great to have this sort of be either faster or near instant. Like, does this need to take so long to do? It's fine now. This isn't the worst case scenario of it, but there have been times when it's just like, that didn't need to take that long. Now this connection isn't automatically going through, and I don't know why. So to be safe, we'll get rid of you. Get rid of the tracks a little bit. Go ahead and hide from center this. I feel like the pipes maybe not be able to go in that angle. Yeah, this should flatten out here now, which is fine. Oil and fuel loading, unloading. Not car, but train tracks. So, over here. Pop you down. Yeah. Sure. Not at all. Not at all. We just need this. Yeah, there we go. See? Easy. It's not too complicated. Not too messy. There. I just wanted it to flatten out. Cool. So, go ahead and remove this. We don't need this connection. Thank you, game. Should have held control. My bad. And let's go ahead and get the oil refinery now down for real this time. There it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alternate option. We'll stick with this. We'll move you over here. Kind of. Oh yeah, there we go. A little bit better. A little bit closer. I like it. So yeah, we'll pop this down over here. Not auto building. I always need to double check they're not auto building. Smooth this connection out. Excellent. We'll have access. We have access over here. This we can build out as well, right? We can like get the road coming out this way. Wow. Like the elevation change. But we can get the road, yeah, coming out this way, coming down this way. The reason why I'm doing this first is because I want to see what we need to be connected here with all of our like necessary connections. And then I want to see our factory connection. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I need the wood cutting, right? I want to do the wood cutting in this area, I think. If I wanted to build tracks, actually, this has worked out nicely because I can build tracks up over here to connect up over there. Wood cutting can happen up over there, but I'll need a forklift garage, so instead it'll probably happen down over here. If I take a look at wood cutting, where are you? Various industry, wood cutting post. Pop you down right over here. Gotta flatten this a bit, I assume. No? Don't want to connect? I know why you don't want to connect, because it's not flat enough. Let's go ahead and do this. If we are ever going to actually bring the tracks out, we'll need it anyway. Jeez, that is a huge dip. There we go. A lot faster. A lot faster. I'll probably smooth this out some other time. We don't need to do it right now, but go ahead and get the wood cutting post, yeah. The right angle connection like this. Doesn't work. I'll have to raise the train a bit more. Pretty interesting terrain situation, I would say. We can flatten that, yeah. Easy connection. Wood cutting can happen over here, no problem. Get the road down and over. Actually pull this all the way across like so. Do this. I think this looks a little bit neater. And it can connect, you know, wherever needed. Back over here. Wherever we needed to. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, so wood comes through this way. Gravel gets brought down through the road over here and delivered. And then oil itself for the oil refinery just needs to make a trip up over here. Question is, where do we want to store all this stuff? Actually, you know what? I made a little mistake. Little mistake over here. Go ahead and demolish the refinery. The mistake is, I think I'll want more storage. I think I'll want more storage. And for storage, actually, I thought I got, if I can find it. No, not conveyor. Where are you? Wouldn't be cargo station, nope. That's the thing, sometimes it's like, oh, storage, there we go. Large oil storage. Don't need the loader. Oh, well, that's huge. That's a lot bigger than I was expecting. 1,3,500 tons. 1,3,500. Significantly larger, but I don't think I need that much. Jeez. What I was looking to do was, yeah, get a bunch of these. We'll need some pumping stations as well to, like, spread and unspread. The refinery might end up a fair bit higher up. As long as people can walk to it, I guess. Now, would I need that? How much can we actually store at the refinery? 125 tons of fuel, 250 tons of... Well, no. Sorry. Export, store 340 tons of fuel, 250 tons of bitumen. We might never reach that capacity, but it's like, is that a risk I want to take? Are these the only... Oh, no, we have more outputs. Alright, fine. You know what? Here. Trying to figure out if I'm about to overcomplicate things or if I should build the storage. I feel like putting the storage down is the right call. It'll spread things out a little bit more. We can maybe put the refinery up over here or something and have storage facilities here. Because what we'll need to do is basically have, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 of these. And the pump to... That's an infrastructure, obviously it's kept separate. So there'll be a pump over here. Basically that'll bring in all the fuel. And a pump over here that'll bring in all the, let's say, bitumen. Then we're going to have storages for... roughly placing this down now. Well, okay, I can't do it that roughly. It'll be like 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So 3 storages for each. You could even pack them a bit more densely. Take up a lot of room. And then the refinery itself will have to be all the way up over here-ish. Which we can do. It's just a bit of flattening required. You'll need a pair of pumps. We'll probably actually do something more like this. Get a pair of pumps to separate the fuel and bitumen. Jeez, bit of a mess. And that gets brought down over here. Something to think about for sure. I think I'd want to take... I don't know. I need to figure out the... oh dear. Can't believe I'm going to say this. I need to figure out the more... Can you guess? Refined approach to the situation at hand. I'm pretty happy with how things are looking overall and our connections and stuff that we've laid out over here. This is actually this session actually had more progress than seems apparent over here. Lots of sort of testing. We've finally put some things down with some permanence, right? We know this is going to be the chemical plant. We've thankfully got the mod going as well. We've got our plastics factory connected. These guys are all connected as they need to be. Over here we've got a wood cutting post settled down as well. The tracks are coming together. It's all starting to make sense over here. I mean, pretty soon we'll be able to make these connections as well, right? Like we can go ahead and I'll probably need to adjust this a little bit to make it a little bit nicer, but these are all coming together pretty nicely, I would say. Then on top of that, we've made our connection to the car production area. We've made some decent progress, it looks like, over here. I don't remember seeing the scaffolding previously. So some good progress over here. More of these are getting done as well. That's excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh yeah, this stuff's being built too. I might just pay for this, honestly. I might just pay for all this. I mean, some of the stuff is taking us more time than necessary. And our unemployment as a result is staying, you know... Oh, that's not bad, actually. That's not bad. Huh. Eating my words. And then on top of that, perhaps most importantly, we have fixed... Okay, good. I was like, watch, it's broken right now. We fixed this, it seems. We fixed this. Food is being transported. Crops seems to be okay. Alcohol is definitely okay, as we saw over there. Things seem to be alright-ish. Alright-esque. What's the deal down over here? One last check. Ah, no food, no meat. Food and meat. No food, yes meat. But there's food here to distribute, so I can only assume that trucks are going out and about right now. Indeed, they are. So just a matter of timing there. Folks, solving some problems. Feeling pretty good about our current circumstances. Feeling pretty good about the progress down over here as well. Lots of track has been laid out. Might want to buy some more track constructors to start building this track as well. Because, yeah, I mean, steel production is almost ready to go. We're not that far away. It's almost ready to go. If we take a look at this year overall in terms of our imports, it's very minimal. Bitumen and fuel we're looking to cut off very soon. Oil as well. Our imports are going to drop significantly. Iron, hopefully, will be able to drop soon too. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this session. As we bring it to an end, next time we're going to organize this entire area, make sure that passengers are able to get to the oil refinery without issue. And that we are, in fact, preparing to store, because I think I'm doing myself a disservice by pretending we're not going to be able to reach production capacity, right? Let's not get ourselves backed up over here. Not the biggest deal. I'm curious what y'all would prefer as well. Do we put down the oil storage facilities, or do we not? Overcomplication versus simplification. Let me know what you think. Either way, I'm liking how this is turning out. Next session, we'll get that down. We'll get the fields down. We might actually start commissioning some of the construction as well. And we'll hopefully complete the steel production too. Folks, if you enjoyed, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a massive difference in how I approach content on the channel, what I do more or less of, and how I do it, as you hopefully very well know by now. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. It'll keep us alive and running smoothly. And a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, das vidanya.